What if Brazil's true World Cup preparation is already being tested, not on the pitch, but inside the treatment room? Because right now, the Seleção are facing a worrying situation. Key players are dropping one after another. And just when fans were hoping to see Brazil's full-strength squad against top European opponents, another major setback has arrived. And honestly, the latest update regarding Eder Militao is genuinely shocking. Many of us were expecting to see Militao back in action before the crucial March friendlies against France and Croatia. But the new timeline suggests something very different. Militao is now expected to return only in April. Yes, April. That means Brazil will likely be without one of their most important defenders in two of their biggest preparation matches. And when you think about it carefully, this is not just a small concern. This is a serious warning sign ahead of the World Cup. Because how do you truly measure your strength against elite teams if you're not playing with your full squad? If key pieces are missing, the real picture always stays blurred. You never fully understand whether you are ahead of your rivals or already fallen behind. And unfortunately, Militao is not the only concern. At the same time, Bruno Guimaraes is also sidelined. One by one, Brazilian players are picking up injuries. And not minor knocks either. These are injuries that are keeping players out for 1 month, sometimes 2. Recently, we also saw Bremer suffer an injury during the Juventus versus Galatasaray match. So yes, injuries are part of football. They happen to every team. That in itself is not unusual. But what is worrying is the pattern. It feels like Brazilian players are being hit harder and more frequently than most other national teams. You rarely see this many key absences piling up at the same time for one squad. And of course, the biggest example of this long-term injury struggle is Neymar Jr. Throughout his career, Neymar's rhythm has repeatedly been disrupted by fitness problems. And now, once again, Brazil are anxiously watching his condition. Because looking ahead, the upcoming matches are not easy at all. France are an incredibly powerful attacking team. On the wings, they have explosive players like Desire Doué and Ousmane Dembele. Up front, there's Kylian Mbappé. Their midfield is strong, their defense is organized, and overall, France play aggressive, high-quality attacking football. So naturally, when you face a team like this without Éder Militao in defense and without Bruno Guimaraes in midfield, the pressure increases massively. There is no sugarcoating it. Brazil will have to suffer. And that is completely understandable. Before this injury news, there was a strong possibility that Carlo Ancelotti might experiment with Militao at right back. The idea looked promising. In central defense, Gabriel Magalhães alongside Marquinhos could have provided solidity. On the left, either Douglas Santos or Alex Sandro could slot in. With that defensive structure, Brazil's midfield pairing of Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes would have formed a very balanced and reliable core. But right now, that plan is falling apart. Injuries are once again disrupting Brazil's tactical stability. Yes, even without Militao at right back, players like Van der Sar and Wesley can still do a decent job. That position has some cover. But the real headache is in midfield. Where do you replace Bruno Guimaraes? That is the million-dollar question. Finding a like-for-like replacement for his ball progression, defensive intelligence, and tempo control is extremely difficult. Almost impossible in the current setup. Because of that, the match against France could become a real struggle for Brazil. And it does not get any easier after that. Croatia are also waiting. And Croatia, as Brazil fans painfully remember, never give you an easy game. They're extremely disciplined, very compact, defensively, and deadly on the counterattack. More importantly, they will try to dominate the midfield battle. Why? Because they still have the legendary Luka Modric pulling the strings. And we all remember how much Modric troubled Brazil in the 2022 World Cup. On top of that, Croatia's goalkeeper Dominik Livakovic has a history of frustrating Brazilian attackers with crucial saves. So the reality is clear. These two matches against France and Croatia were supposed to be perfect tests for Brazil's strongest possible lineup. If Brazil could perform well, or even win, it would have given Carlo Ancelotti huge confidence that he has found his best squad ahead of the World Cup. These games were meant to be the dress rehearsal for the big stage. But the frustrating truth is this. Since taking charge of Brazil, Ancelotti has rarely had the luxury of working with his full-strength team. Every time the squad starts to look complete, another key name disappears. Sometimes Rafinha is missing. Sometimes Bruno is out. Sometimes Militao is unavailable. It has become a constant cycle of not available. However, there is still one possible source of optimism. Neymar Jr. If Neymar can return and stay fit for the upcoming France and Croatia matches, Brazil might regain some attacking sharpness. Neymar reportedly has 2 matches this month, and if his fitness holds and his rhythm looks good, there is a real chance Ancelotti could include him. And make no mistake, Neymar's presence changes everything in attack. With Neymar, Vinicius Jr., and Rafinha together, Brazil can create danger from multiple angles. In that scenario, Ancelotti might not even need Bruno Guimaraes' attacking contribution as much. Instead, Brazil could shift toward a more defensive-minded midfield balance, possibly adding an extra holding midfielder to stabilize the center while letting the front line take more creative responsibility. That tactical adjustment could partially compensate for the missing pieces. But still, the concern around Militao remains very real. Returning in April means he will have limited time to regain full match sharpness before the World Cup window approaches. And that raises a serious question. Even if Militao returns on schedule, will he be able to reach peak form in time for the biggest tournament? That uncertainty is what makes Brazilian fans uncomfortable right now, because preparation time at the elite level is everything. So as things stand, Brazil's road to the World Cup remains full of unanswered questions. The talent is there. The potential is there. But injuries are once again threatening to disrupt the Seleção's momentum at the worst possible moment. Now, the big question is, how concerned are you about Militao missing the France and Croatia matches? And how much do you think these injuries could affect Brazil's World Cup preparation? Let me know your thoughts.